Hello, good morning. We have got to start doing some beds because this is what's happening to the potatoes. They're growing quite a bit. Some of them are starting showing leaves, as you can see. So I'm a bit concerned that they need to go in the ground. I've got Grinch in the garden over there, starting to dismantle some pellets to help building the beds. I planted a little while ago. Well, not that long ago, but about 3 weeks ago. So we've got the Sangal tomato doing really well, the Tigerella doing very well, the tomato Roma, 2 just appeared, but the tomato Sangal so far has the best. I have got 1 artichoke vert de la 11 that has appeared. The asparagus peas are doing great. But the most amazing ones are the broccoli bluefin. I planted them, they appeared within a week. And I've got one very small Greek basil. But I've got sign of life in some of the pots. This one there, I think this could be the sign of life. So for the sweet peppers, so we shall see. I also think this one there could be an aubergine, so we shall see. It's still cold and they're obviously appearing a little bit later, but that's fine. I'm experimenting, so it's good. Now it's getting warmer, things are starting to sprout, so yes, learning curve. Hey, I'm so upset. Look at what I've done. Now remember, those were standing in a tray with some stone. And this is what I've discovered. All the roots have come out. I'm so upset because I've probably killed them. Jeff very kindly commented that broad beans don't like their roots disturbed. So I'm going to have to disturb them. I have prepared some tall pots because obviously we're not ready for them at the allotment. Hopefully they might grow. Even if I get half of them growing, I'll be happy. I was so proud of them. They were doing so well. Remember, I'm very new at all this. And I stupidly would never thought that they would do this, to be honest. I never even looked. Lesson learned, I'll never do this again. I just can't believe I've done this. I don't even know how I'm going to take them out of this. I'm going to start with this one, my very first one. Surprisingly, the roots came out without breaking. Beautiful roots, look at them. So I'm not going to disturb them. I'm going to leave it as it is. They can grow down. Got some nice deep pot. I got them when I was buying peonies for the garden. So I'm just going to put them in those pots. I filled them up with soil already. And hopefully they will grow okay. I really hope that my very first broad bean to come out, which was him, will survive. My first veg, and I might have killed it already. Here we go, beautiful. Please survive and grow and do well. Right. I'm going to tackle them too. Right, so I need to separate those now. This is going to be fun. Look at it. An absolute mess. An absolute mess that I've got to separate now. They came fairly easily apart. I hope they will survive. I really hope. Look at the roots in him. Amazing. Such a small plant. So many roots. Two separate. Let's go slowly. Gently, gently. There. Here we go. 2 plants. Hopefully they'll be alright. Well, I've got to watch out for this. I've lesson learned. They grow a lot quicker than you think. And it's just not the growth at the top I need to worry about. It's also the growth at the bottom. It's obviously something to take in consideration because the roots are huge. And number 7. So in those, I'm going to put some peas. Here are my peas. Pea jumbo. Dried up peas. To start with, I'm going to put... Oh, I've lost one. Escapee pea. To start with, I'm going to put 2 per pod and see what happens. Oh dear. Oh dear. The peas have just escaped everywhere. I've got to plant them all now. All the ones have escaped. So these are my peas that got all wet. Hey!
Hi there.
So you're pulling apart a pallet?
Yes. So we're going to try and use this wood to basically create the beds. So we've got some scaffolding boards, which are going to be the actual height of the sides, but we need to then be able to have some wood to actually construct it. So we're going to use things like...
We're using the pallets to build.
So things like this will go in the corners, and then hopefully we'll use things like that to stabilise the sides. So, but in the meantime, I need to take them apart.
Yeah, not easy then.
No, I'm using these.
Yesterday, Grinch was thrilled. When I picked him up at the station, I realised that someone had abandoned 2 pellets by the station bins. So I made Grinch put them in the back of the car, and we had to do 2 trips because the poor little car could only take 1 at a time. But it is very rare to see pellets, and it is free wood, so I'm glad we did it, even if it was quite an effort. We're here, and we're going to chip it down to the bed, won't we?
Yep.
If not 2. So we need to work out first the size by playing around, and then it'll be building time.
Yep. Hopefully we'll
So
have time.
we better get on. This is how we're going to use the little square. There's going to be our little corner.
So that's going to go like that, and then I will put the other board across there.
Yes. Do you want me to hold it?
Yes, could you hold that please?
Yeah.
That needs to be
Right.
like that.
Okay.
I'm trying to make sure that... Actually now I can just do that. It's going to be easier like that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I useless now then? Okay.
You're not useless.
You sure you don't need me?
No. Right. So that's that. And then that's that one, and then this one.
You definitely need me for this. They're good those squares, aren't they?
Yes. It's just one. So that's one.
You're gonna put some in the end as well, just to be sure.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna overscrew.
They're nice and high, aren't they?
Yes.
That's gonna need a lot of compost. You think it's too big?
No. That's good. One.
So you don't need me for now?
Not for these ones. But I will again. Not for him. Right, I made another one into there.
That's very good, those squares.
That's one done.
Brilliant. Yay! Look, it's our first bed being built. Isn't that exciting? Brilliant.
This one, you're just going to have to push as hard as you can on there. Okay.
Sometimes you don't drill through my fingers real right. It's brilliant, that tool. That new drill was Grinch early birthday present. That way he's got no excuse for doing the pellets, the shed and the greenhouse. I bought him some tools.
I think you're going. Can you put some board underneath it on that side to lift it up a little bit? Needs a little bit more. Just push down on here because that needs to be down like that.
Good. Yay!
Push that. This is
Yay! Taking shape! Taking shape! New career path. Grinch, the master builder of beds. You never thought you would do that one day, did you?
Oh no.
That wasn't on your wish list while growing up, was it?
No. Still isn't.
Ah. Don't you feel a sense of achievement as
No.
it's building?
No.
Oh, you're terrible.
Yep, I am. This one. Let's see if I can get this off.
You don't need it in the middle, do you?
No. Yeah.
Don't hurt yourself. Oh, it's actually nailed in.
Yeah.
Wow, it's got teeth. The next door plot, I was talking to him, he says scaffolding board, they last about 4 or 5 years. He finds that using you know those boards to do patio with, what are they called?
What the decking.
Yeah, the decking wood, that's the one that lasts the longest.
It's the most expensive.
Yes, I love the fact that those scaffolding boards are higher, they're taller. Okay, it's going to cost more in compost, but it'll be nice to have a hedge. I mean, the only reason to have beds like that is to have them a little bit higher off the ground, isn't it?
Yeah. Hold that. I'm just going to do this.
Can we put some on each side though?
I'm just, yeah.
Oh, you're putting it on that side first? Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm holding. Just don't stab my hand. This is looking good. This is our first bed ever. And it's looking brilliant. Grinch, you can do it. Oh, our first bed. Oh, this is great. I think it's the right size, isn't it?
Yes. I'm going to add a few more screws in the end bits.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
think those ones particularly.
Yes,
These are the ideal screws as well. So
yes.
we need to make sure we've got plenty of these because
Yeah.
we're going through quite a lot.
While Grinch is finishing making the planter, I'm planting the last 2 little trees that I've got. They're miniature trees, and I've got one Malus aputini, which is a small apple tree, and one Cherry Prunus mini Avium Sylvia or Avilum Sylvia. So they're mini trees. I haven't got any more of my big tubs, but I've got some fairly large pot for this year, so they can grow for now, and then next year I'll move them into the big tubs. I'll get some more, but for now we're using the tubs I have. Yeah, he's quite root bound, bless him. These I'm definitely going to put around my sitting area. And the last tree I have at home to come on the allotment is is a fig tree. I also need to plant some. I'm just looking forward to see what a miniature tree gives when it comes to fruit. I'm intrigued to see how big they are and how many they give.
That's it. I think I'm done.
Excellent. So here's the cherry tree with some nice little boats, and Grinch thinks he's finished. It does, it looks great. Our first bed all done. So in the corners we've used the big wooden blocks from pallets, and same for the joints, and we've used the 1.50 m that way, and then 1.50 m that way, and 90 centimeters this way. So it's a 2 meter 10 for the sides, and 1.50 m for the smaller sides. So yes, nice sized bed for the asparagus and for the artichokes. So really pleased with this. Really pleased. It's looking great. So if I plant the second tree while you pack up all your tools away, I suppose, isn't it? Because it's getting cold, it's getting dark. But at least we now know what we're doing, aren't we?
You must be cold enough.
I am, I'm getting cold now. I know, I forgot my coat, it's my fault. But it's brilliant, we've got our first bed. So I think we've been thinking about this, or I've been thinking about this. We're gonna leave the membrane as it is and just cut the square on the inside of the bed. It makes sense. Brilliant, first bed. Shall we place it? Be honest, we've got time to make sure we place them right.
Yeah. That's fine. We can talk about it.
Without tearing it.
Got a bit skewed.
Yeah, not more. Yeah. And then a little bit higher up, this.
Oh, it's not square, is it? The cloth. It's square to that edge, you're not square to that edge.
Yeah, can I square it to the beams, please? There. Definitely looking good, isn't it? No, that's great. That's brilliant. Our first bed. It's a nice big bed.
I think if you keep them all the same, so you've got 210, if you keep
Yes.
them all 210,
Yes.
and then have a mixture of the
Yes.
150 there and the 90s. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. No, it looks good though. It looks brilliant. That's great. Right, I'm going to do the second tree while you're packing the tools. There we go. Ta-da! 2 new additions to the plot. A little cherry tree and a little apple tree.
Excellent.
I know, that's great. First bed, we did come late. We had to take Fluff quite far away because he had a concert, didn't he? So, we had to take him quite far away. By the time we came back quite late. But we're pleased because now we've got a good idea on how to do the beds. So that's brilliant. We're very pleased. We managed to plant 2 trees and do a bed.
Yay!
So we were not completely useless.
And we need to go because you are looking cold.
I'm getting cold and it's getting dark. Anyway, hope you enjoyed and hope to see you soon. Bye!
Bye then!